Hi, I'm Andrew and I'm a rising senior at Monte Vista High School, and my project is a hand crank USB charger. So from the last milestone, I've added a couple things. First, enclosure, a motor mount, and a crank. So all these parts I designed myself and 3D printed them out. So first is a motor mount, which is inside the enclosure. It works similar to how this motor mount works. So there's a screw that you tighten to clamp the motor mount, and it prevents the motor from moving, so it's easier to spin and generate energy. Next is the enclosure. My circuit has wiring that breaks easily, so mounting it onto the enclosure makes it more stable, and it also protects it from other things. And there are a lot of holes for screws, and it allows the motor mount to be attached to the enclosure as well as the circuit board. Next is the crank. My original design with the crank didn't turn out well because it was plastic. The metal shaft from the motor dug into the plastic, and it made the hole bigger, so then this crank couldn't attach to the shaft anymore. So then I incorporated the wheel hub from my last wheel design that I used to turn the motor. So it's attached to plastic, it has holes, and these screws are screwed into the plastic. And then there's also a free rotating handle, which makes spinning the crank easier. So a couple problems I ran into were that a lot of the placements for screws had to be really precise, so it was very tedious measuring it. In addition, the plastic wasn't strong enough to have threads for the screw, so then I solved this by having slots for nuts that would help secure the screws in place. And from my this milestone, I learned a lot. First of all, it was my first time using any 3D modeling program, so I learned a lot about how to use Inventor specifically, and I learned a little bit about how 3D printing works. So here's a demonstration that it still works.